Bracketology presented by Dave Campbell's Texas Football, breaking down 2022 Texas High School Football Playoff brackets. That's Ishmael Johnson. I'm Greg Tepper, and this is the granddaddy of them all. 6A Division I, the largest classification in Texas high school football. And the question every year, Ish, is who goes D1, who goes D2? There have been years where it seems like everyone's piled into this bracket.
Sure.
I think this year there's maybe a little bit more balance here, and I think that there are more navigable paths for the contenders.
I think so. I think you're going to see some new names come out of here, right? Come regional final time, we'll see, oh, this team's there, this team's here. We'll break down the regions in a bit, but I agree. I think 6A D1 and 6A D2, which we'll get to later, definitely a lot more balance, definitely a lot more spread out this year.
Well, let's get going. We'll start in Region 1. Up here in Region 1, there's going to be a lot of talk, I think, especially about who's coming out of District 5, right? That's, to me, the power nexus there. When you're talking about Prosper and Allen. Yeah. Allen, though, that first-round matchup with Louisville is serious, serious business. And for a team that has struggled at times, they lost 3 games, especially 2 in district, finished 3rd place in their own district. I think there's questions about them, and it's going to be every step of the way, especially that first-round match with Louisville.
I was about to say, that's a tough first-round draw for them. Even second round of the winner of Arlington Martin, Richardson, Berkner as well. I mean, this region right here, there's about 3 teams where you could see potentially coming out. In this region, though, I like a lot of what I saw from North Crowley against Lucas Lovejoy. I think Prosper, obviously, is somebody who can come out of there as well. This region, it's kind of a good summation of 6A D1 as a whole, or really the whole class of 6A, is you can really see a bunch of teams in these last 2 spots playing for that spot in the semifinal.
What I think is going to be very interesting is here, because I think this is maybe a void of a known commodity here. Yeah. Midland Legacy played their best football. They got hot late, but they at times stumbled defensively, couldn't figure things out. But if they get hot, a hot hand could take them to the regional semifinal, regional final. I mean, things are there. U.S. Trinity, same way, right? We know the pedigree there. Right. And you let them in the playoffs, that might be dangerous. So, Region 1 is going to be very interesting, I think, with just, there's no real, I think, locked and loaded contender, team to beat here. I think that instead you've got a variety of different teams that can come out of there. Let's go to Region 2. Over here in Region 2, you're going to take a look, I think, especially at Duncanville. Duncanville is going to be the favorite. I don't think there's really any doubt about them being the favorite. With that said, I think there's an argument to be made. They got put in the dirty side of the region. I
think so. I think you look at interesting teams like Mesquite Horn. You got, of course, the Woodlands there as well. I would still put them as the clear favorite, but I agree. I think when you're comparing, right, they definitely did get the more tougher side.
Down here, the bottom half of the region, I really like what I saw from Spring Westfield. Remember, they were the team that their one loss in the year was to Katy, and they really took Katy to the wire. I think that's a dangerous team. That first round match between Waxahachie and Temple, I think will go a long way towards shaping the rest of the bracket as well.
I like Waxahachie coming out of this potentially. This really sets up an interesting DFW matchup if those 2 teams make it to the regional final. I like that team a lot coming out potentially.
Waxahachie's got a little something. Keep an eye on Klein Collins as well, which is a team that I think can get hot at the right time. Let's matriculate over to Region 3. Other side of the bracket here, and this is really kind of where everybody pays attention to because there's a lot of edge cases of who's here, who's not here. Who we know is here is Galena Park North Shore. Yeah. North Shore is maybe the most fascinating team in this bracket. Simply because 100%. We don't know the status of their quarterback, Caleb Bailey.
Yes, and if he's out, then we've kind of seen them toy around with the position a little bit, throw some David Amador a wildcat a little bit. And I don't know if he's not healthy, or if Caleb Bailey's not healthy, and they don't have that solid answer at quarterback. You start to look at the team that they only beat by 3, or was it 3 or so in the regular season? Atascocita. You start to look at, is this the year where they finally punch past Galena Park North Shore and make it through and make it to the regional final?
Hard to be a good team twice, and they would have to with a backup quarterback. I like Cy Fair. I think Cy Fair, Jeff Miller's done a really good job kind of opening up that offense. I think that they're a team to keep an eye on. A second round match with Katy Cinco Ranch would be really tasty. And then I really like a team, potentially down here at the bottom half of the bracket, like Fort Bend Ridge Point, which I think has flown under the radar a little bit. I think it all kind of depends on North Shore. It all hinges on them, how well they play. They're, of course, the defending champs. They deserve to be the team to beat, I think, in this region. But
also, if Bailey let's say Bailey is available, he hasn't played a lot, right? And so you're asking him to come back in the hardest time of the year, potentially against a Cy-Fair, right? And that's a tough ask for anybody.
It is. It is a very interesting region simply because of who may or may not be there. Let's go to Region 4 now. Region 4, I think, got a real nice facelift for some late movement with Cibolo Steel moving into the region, which is going to make this whole part of it. If you just want to pay attention to one little part
I was
of the
about
region,
to say, that is a tough area.
This group of 4 right here, this Round Rock Lake Travis first round matchup, and Cibolo Steel San Antonio Johnson's first round matchup, and then whoever they get an area round, that'll be a lot of fun to watch.
I was about to say, Lake Travis has been kind of rocky this year. They get Round Rock, who's probably having one of their best years ever this year in the first round. Of course, Cibolo Steel gets San Antonio Johnson, who might have the best player on the field, Ty Hawkins, or sophomore quarterback. That area right there, I would not be shocked if somebody makes a run all the way here, right here, to the regional final.
Ashton Dubose lurks here with San Antonio, Brennan, and a team to keep an eye on. Bottom half of the bracket, I hate to say this, but it feels like more anticlimactic.
It's like the conveyor belt, just like going to the chomping Westlake.
Hey, look, Austin Westlake's here.
Yeah.
And like at some point, somebody's got to challenge them before they look like they're going to look anything less than immortal.
Yeah.
They look like the very clear team to beat here.
Yeah.
I would say they've got to be the team to beat in Region 4 too.
I think so too. Even all the somewhat questions we had about them early seem to be all solved. They seem to be just like a clicking machine, just like they were under Todd Dodge. I think Tony Salazar was the right man to take over, and it's looking like it's just a well-oiled machine right now.
So when you take a look at the whole bracket as a whole, like what's so interesting is it used to be in past years, 6A Division Ones, it's just felt like this march to semifinals, right? We know who's going to come out of here. I don't know who's coming out of Region 1. I think I know who's coming out of Region 2. I think Duncanville's got to be your favorite here.
Yeah.
I don't know who's coming out of Region 3.
I definitely don't know that.
I think I know who's coming out of Region 4. Right? And so there is that intrigue in 6A Division 1, which maybe we haven't seen in the past couple of years.
I agree. I think you have, the powerhouses are, as far as you mentioned with Region 2 and Region 4, more or less set, right? Of course, still, Region 4, there's some intrigue, right? This Duncanville team hasn't looked perfect, right? We know they can slip up in the past, but I probably would still pick them just based off talent. Region 1, Region 3, hey, look, at this point, if you do get Westlake and Duncanville, you just have to win a one-off, right? You're just trying to win. You're just trying to beat them on that one night, and who knows who can make it to AT&T.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have you covered every step of the way at TexasFootball.com.